I was just gonna ask, what makes you feel like you need to like justify that you're not a racist?
I don't feel like I do, and I don't really feel like the song is like, I'm not racist, but it has been said like so many times. I'm Canadian, okay, so the social climate in Canada in terms of like race relations and that type of thing is completely different than it is here in America. And like quite simply put, like I wasn't prepared for that how intense the racial shit is out here. Obviously, like the roots in America runs far deeper than they do in Canada. So it was like pretty eye-opening to come out here, and especially like under Donald Trump's administration and everything that perpetuates, it was pretty like eye-opening for me to experience that. And because the last two songs I released were targeting the content of mumble rap, so like over-sexualization of women, alcohol consumption, Xanax use, overspending, party culture, like that type of thing. And because I targeted that content, I had a lot of people, like my page went from like 1,000 likes to like almost 200,000 likes in the course of like 3 months. So there's hundreds of thousands of comments on these videos, and a small portion of them, but enough for me to like, my phone blows up all day. And I look down at what people are saying on these videos, and a quarter of these hundreds of thousand comments are people saying like, yo, this guy's a fucking racist, he's targeting black rappers, he's a culture vulture, etc., which just comes with the territory. But it's like, we've never targeted black rappers. We didn't target any rappers of a particular color, we targeted rappers of a particular content. And there's white rappers, and there's Asian rappers, and there's all types of rappers that talk about that exact same shit. So this song was fueled by pretty much the reaction to my last two videos.
Stop it right there. And welcome back to another show, everybody. This is You Made Roscoe. All right, there we go. This is You Made Roscoe. I am Roscoe. I'm here with my collaborators, my friends, my amigos, Apocalypto Joe. I'm here with OG Zoe. And today's show is we're going to be doing a react and review to the song Whiteboy by Tom Macdonald. And what you guys just saw beforehand in the beginning was just kind of, it was a video of him kind of prepping everybody that was going to be in the video of what was going on and everything like that. But he was also being questioned or taking questions from those people beforehand, just so they can kind of get some things out of the way. And what you heard was one of those questions being asked. You guys' thoughts on kind of anything you heard beforehand before we get into the song?
Zoe?
You want to reserve your thoughts, or
yeah, I'm gonna reserve my thought.
Yeah, I reserve mine for after the video.
All right. Well, we'll do that. We'll probably dive in maybe once or twice before we get to the end, but we'll see.
But before we start, he did say he's Canadian, right?
Yeah. He did say that. He did say
Why
that.
does he have the stars and stripes in his name? I'm just asking.
Yeah, no,
where that maple leaf?
Yeah, no, we'll figure out what this is all about, but we'll let Zoe go ahead and play the song. Like I said, we may dip in once or twice before we get to the end, so we'll see what's up.
I don't like how his hand is up like hell.
He's right.
I cannot feel guilty for that I didn't do, but I can understand the reasons why you think that I should. Yeah, I'm white, but I never put your neck in no noose, and I never burnt a cross or hid my face with a hood. You can't just label me racist, cause I'm related to people who did some terrible way back before I was alive. My parents brought me up to treat everyone as an equal. I refuse to feel ashamed cause of my pretty blue eyes. A Nazi, white supremacist, anyone who labels me as that because of my family genetics. The hatred for Caucasians is so pathetic. Go be proud that you're black, but don't hate me for some credit. I'm not the white devil, neo-Nazi, cop trying to pull the trigger. You can call me what you want, but I'd still never say the white race as a whole ain't the enemy. There's racist white people, but we're far from that collectively.
White boy, don't say that. White
boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy. White boy, white noise. I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes. If a black man is sipping on some cognac sitting next to me, I don't assume that every black's favorite drink is Hennessy. I don't dislike Tanisha cause her first name isn't Stephanie. Not only is that wrong, it's a waste of energy. Ivory or ebony, 45 or 17, we all bleed the same. Martin Luther King or Kennedy. They're angry, I'm reciting the facts. He's white and he raps, he stole the culture right from the blacks. Okay, he's fire, but we lit the flame, he's siphoning gas. So this corny little honky man, the whitey is whack. You letting history perpetuate the hatred within, and then you paint me with the brush you painted slave owners with. Yeah. White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy. White boy, white noise. I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes. I got a mother, a father, a sister, an auntie, an uncle, and a grandma that I picture when you're openly hating. And God willing, one day I'll have a kid of my own. I refuse to let you blindly hate my wife and my baby, so go ahead and hate the races. I pray for their extinction. If you wanna hate the white people, just make the distinction between the ones who want the best for everyone regardless, and the ones who build the system just to smother you with hardship. Stop before you say it. I know what you've been thinking. How's a straight white male in 2018? You're making me the villain by demonizing my race for things I didn't do and decisions I didn't make. No one that I call a friend has ever owned a slave, and neither did our dads or our dads' dads. Sakes, acknowledging atrocities were wrongly committed is all that I can offer while I'm wrongly convicted. I would never hate a man for what God gave him in pigments, and I would never plot against him just because he is different. I would never judge a human for the cards he was given or call him lesser than myself because of the race that he's mixed with. White people that you hate aren't your neighbors or lawyers. They're the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bushes, and Royals. They're the people who monopolized the water and oil and injected your communities with drugs that they spoiled. Got no patience for Nazis, I think they're better off dead. Now fighting hatred with hatred, making the hate more intense. I don't want nothing to do with either side of the fence, so don't blindly attack me for wearing braids on my head. Hate the people who believe you put yourselves in the ghetto. Hate the ones who teach their children you ain't cause they said so. Hate the ones who think you're all the same and judge you profusely cause the way that you're portrayed on our news and in movies. Being white and being racist aren't the same, man, I promise. No, it's hard to tell the difference if I'm just being honest. I deserve the chance to show you I'm not part of the problem, and you owe it to yourselves. We got so much in common. White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy. White boy, white noise. I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes. White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy.
Yeah. I think that's the very first time in the history of our show that we didn't like stop it in the middle and kind of just let the song ride through. That's surprising. But yeah, no, that was a very interesting song. I could dig it, you know what I mean? It's not a bad song. The theme in the song is very, it's a powerful message. Again, this dude, that's what he does. And I think it's pretty obvious that he's putting a spotlight on, the stereotypes that people kind of try to place on others, before they even know a thing about them, and so I think that's the overarching theme that he's trying to paint. For me, and what I see is just that don't judge a book before you know what's inside the book. But your thoughts, though?
I mean, watching the first part of it too was a good insight because you kind of seen that he was kind of coming to it, and he's seen that it was more like everybody cares so much about race.
Mm-hmm.
And, so for him to be coming in here and seeing, I mean, that's more relatable to everybody, because everybody, like, you could live in a spot that you might not see it, and it happens every day. But like, that's just how you know what I mean. It's just different point of views. So it's like, I don't know. It's just, it's crazy, because it's like it's just the way that everybody, just like I say, everybody has a different point of view, and everybody has that right to speak it, because everybody has different things that have happened in their lives. So everybody goes off of their personal experience. But if you could just move past all that, and that's what he's basically saying, is he doesn't want to be held responsible for something that he may not have, like,
contributed to,
had anything to do. Yeah, like, he's like, this had nothing to do with me. Like, I don't even see like that. And that's where I think a lot of people get caught up in the middle. I mean, you have a lot of people that are of mixed race, where it's like, where do you like really lie then? Like, you know, and a lot of people question that about themselves when they shouldn't even worry about that. Like,
shout out to all the mutts out there too, by the way. I mean, basically everybody is, but me and Zoe, we're really mutts. So yay to the mutts out there. But no, you're right, Zoe. Like, I like that point. Before I let Joe B get into what he's got to say, there was another part that I was thinking of about the video that just escapes me right now. But Joe B, you can go into your commentary and maybe what I was thinking about.
Spark something,
right?
So I just wanted to say, nobody hates any white. No melanin rich person hates any white person for having blonde hair and blue eyes. Why? Because Black people have had genetic markers for blonde hair and blue eyes thousands of years before the Caucasians did. I just wanted to put that fact out there. There's plenty of Black people around the world with blonde hair and blue eyes. Nobody hates you for that. What it is, though, is that when it comes to a particular look, the identity of a historical oppressor going back to the year 1400, when Spaniards are Caucasian, when people from the Dutch colonies went out into the world and acquired slaves. I think that's what he's talking about. Epigenetics is real. Trauma can be written on your DNA from one generation to the next. Things that your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents experience in the form of trauma can affect you in an adverse way. A lot of people don't see the scars that are on the inside. And so I think what he's saying when people judge him, because I don't know what his personal speech is like, but one thing I know is that if you come up in a community where privilege and just the ability to just be like, this is mine, I own this world. There's an entitlement that comes with being white for the most part. White people can go anywhere they want to, whereas we still have places in the US, and I'm sure other places around the world, where there are still sundown towns, where someone who's melanin rich, like myself and Roscoe, if we're caught there after dark, look out. We might be hanging from a tree.
There's hoods that white people can't go to any time of the day.
That's not true. I remember me and Roscoe, when we were in Wentworth, white boys used to come through Murder Town all the time. Yeah.
And we in the projects, but
they
got jumped.
No, they didn't get jumped.
No, I said where I live.
I can't speak for where you live.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. You can't.
Right, but we're talking.
That's how universal it is.
I thought it was my turn to talk.
It is.
I'm talking about my experience and what I know to be on the books. I'm pretty sure there are some exceptional situations. There are exceptions to every rule. But the overarching rule is that white people do have a privilege that a lot of melanin rich people don't. Now, I'm not judging this man. I don't know this man to say he's racist. I don't know him to say he isn't. All I can go by is a person's actions. The devil will tell you he ain't a devil. He does say in the song that he's a honky. Now, I don't know if a lot of people are aware of where that term comes from, but the term hunky is what melanin rich people would call white men who would come to the hood and they would honk their horn when they were trying to buy sex from black women. That's where the term hunky comes from. Like, bing, bing, bring your black ass over here so I can get that black pussy, bitch. That's where the term hunky historically comes from. I wouldn't call myself a hunky if I was white, but I get it in the context of the song. And I may be being a little bit persnickety with that particular assessment. However, you know, the truth is somewhere in the middle of all this muck and mire.
Yeah. Yeah, no, again, I'm not a person who's you know, I won't go as hard as Apocalypto, and that's not to say that I agree or disagree, what I will say, just about the song again, in general, I think that is great, like always, that he brings just great, what I would call dinner party fodder to the table, because this opens up the dialogue and all that good stuff. But yeah, no, you don't think about everybody's perspectives and how they see things, and that's why I'm always in the mindset of being leery of trying to judge people on certain things, because I don't walk in there every day. So I don't know exactly how they think, how they move, what they're saying in every second of the day. So I can't judge them based off of one instance where I cross paths with them, and maybe I have a good interaction with them, maybe I don't. But either way, I couldn't judge that person based off that one thing. So with in any situation, I think it's a body of work that would have to be built up, either way, in every individual case, to kind of make your judgment off of. But before I allow the guys to say anything else, I do want to say or ask that everybody like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, of course. That's You Made Roscoe on YouTube. Go over to The Warheads. That's DA Warheads with an X at the end. Go over to that page. You'll get to see all of us actually diving more into conversations that Joe V was ready to get in that. He was ready to dive right in, Joe like going hard. But yeah, no, please go over there. Go to Silk and the Guys on YouTube. Kanai Speaks the Real on YouTube. I want to thank Tanya Gray again for suggesting this song. Great commentary from you guys. Anything that y'all want to say before we get up out of here, though?
I think it was a cool song for the message he was saying, because I don't think all white people are actually responsible for every atrocity. That would be absurd on my part to believe that. I think it was a really good song. I think that narrative does need to be put out there more often, especially when the conversation of appropriate cultural appropriation comes up. But as far as the message in the song, really good message. My only thing is, why was the black dude crying? He's so emotionally weak. He couldn't take a white boy saying, "I'm not racist."
Yeah, no. He was just,
maybe he was in his feelings that day.
He was feeling that. He was feeling that white man's plight. He feeling that white man's plight.
They need a heart. They need a harder black dude on there. Is all I'm saying. Because that dude, I think his estrogen levels was too high that day. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, these new dudes, they over feminized, so who knows?
I mean, soy boy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what it is everybody just needs to be able to be themselves. And I mean, if you fuck with them, you fuck with them. If you don't, you don't. But everybody has their right to opinion, and we ain't got to see eye to eye. But we can break bread and maybe chop it up at work or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. Just like, pay it forward, be good to people, and then it just comes back. Don't put yourself in the circles of ones that you think are gonna hurt you. Like,
Man, Zoe, I paid it forward 10 times last year,
hey,
and I
you ain't
never
supposed
got
to
it
keep
back.
track. You ain't supposed to keep track. That
I
was when you
never got
fucked
it
up.
back.
That was when you fucked up and you kept track.
I
Yeah.
never got it back.
You ain't supposed to keep track.
No, let me say this though.
Joe be tally marking like,
Yeah, like
crossing this list
oh,
off. Like,
that motherfucker ain't paying for it.
hey, he's the
list.
dude off of Billy Madison.
I was like,
he
that's
called him up
one.
and apologized, he knocked him off this list. Like, all right, he apologized.
No, you
Get
motherfuckers
him off
silly,
the
man.
list.
Hey, no, but no, I again, like I said, just great commentary. Again, at the end of the day, over here on You Made Roscoe, we're trying to reach unity at the end of all of this. So I want this to be a place where we can have these discussions, and you know, whether you're on one side or the other, and feel free to do that, because we're all about that. You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't, if we don't agree with the ideas that you're coming with, you know, you still have a safe space to where nobody's going wild out. They just want to be able to express themselves too. So, yeah, no, great stuff. I already gave y'all all of the pages to go to and all that good stuff. These guys, they've done great jobs. I love these dudes. Help me get these guys some money, man. You know, like that. You know, I'm over here trying to lead a ship, but I ain't got no money. You know what I mean? So, you know, I would like to do that. You know, so we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Maybe that'll help. You know, once I get to that point, we'll reconvene. You know, but yeah, y'all have a fun rest of y'all night. We're gonna continue to do what we do. You know, and yeah, deuces, everybody.